YouTube, what is up? I am Michael James, and this is Michael James Fine Art. We are back. If you are new to this channel, I am Michael James, a freelance fine artist creating to spread positivity and good vibes all around. Today, we have a very fun watercolor painting, time-lapse piece that was created during Inktober. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the video. I have to ask you a few things first. Like and subscribe down below. Share this video with a friend. And most importantly, stay healthy and stay happy. Let's get it. All right. Today, we have another watercolor piece that was completed live on stream during Inktober. The prompt was match, and we had a very nice reference that had a very strong light source that was a burning match and had a great contrast. So we went ahead with a drawing, and then before going in with watercolor, we just used our black wing pencil and darkened up some of the edges, kind of working with a lost and found line throughout the whole piece. Then we were ready to break out the watercolors. We gave the whole pad a quick spray with water so it was all sort of damp. As we started in on the background, we start with some nice dark values, getting rid of the stark white of the canvas or paper so that we can start accurately judging our colors and other values surrounding figure and then working into the figure appropriately. So we continue darkening the background, getting the values where we want. We are kind of thinking ahead with the match and working with some transparent washes around the main light source. Watercolor, a lot of times you work light to dark, so you keep building up on the tones and the colors and you keep building values. I went in with some really dark purple washes right away in the figure because it has such a stark contrast. And there is a main light source. I wanted to accurately get my dark values down before going back in with lighter, more accurate colors. Continue to push the dark values again, just so I can accurately gauge the colors that I will lay on after. Because it has such a strong single light source, it is easier to work from dark to light and continue building up those dark spots and maintain accuracy and symmetry throughout the piece regarding your value structure. This was a very fun piece. It was one of the 30-day prompts that we did for Inktober, and we're really trying to get creative with some of these pieces, so it wasn't just drawing a match. We tried to do some in our own style. We tried to do some out of the box. But ultimately, we enjoyed the journey and the process, and we were able to create some really nice pieces. We are back streaming live Monday through Friday. We're going with Gestural Mondays, Watercolor Wednesdays, Figurative Fridays. So please, if you're around, make sure to check in on the live streams, enjoy some art, be creative, let us know your thoughts, let us know what you're working on, join the Discord, links down below. Before that, make sure you like this video and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss a minute of any of the content. And so here we continue building up the dark values and pushing those values a little bit more in the background. So again, we can start getting the accurate colors in the foreground. Blending out the edges, still pushing the values because with watercolor it tends to lose some of its value as it dries. That is why you work from light to dark and continue building your dark values. I give the paper a quick dry using a blow dryer and make sure it's all dry to the touch so that I can start accurately seeing the values. Then I go back in to the face with the first skin tones. Here I am building up from dark to light again, but I am working subtly building up the values in the darks and then just working on the color overall while keeping the value structure in line with the single light source that is the match burning in front of her face. We're always just enjoying the process, checking our marks, proportions, values, angles, always checking, but most importantly, enjoying the entire process. We did have a goal going into this piece that we wanted to accurately convey the single light source and show that it was lighting her face and then was lost quickly as it is a match. And although it burns brightly, its light doesn't carry too far, so it does cast a pretty strong shadow. Continue working in through the face, adding subtle colors using warms and cools. The shadows and warms where the match is directly in contact almost, where the light is catching the planes of the forehead, the nose, above the eye where it's directly parallel with the light source are going to be most bright. They're going to pick up the strongest shine and also cast some of the strongest shadows. I continue pushing the white of the match itself as there's a little yellow, but ultimately it is burning perfectly bright and then just fades off pretty quickly. So again, I'm pushing the white in the parallel planes to the light, so the forehead, the lip, above the eyelid, those are catching the most light directly. You adding a lot of dark reds throughout the piece, especially in the hand, as the hand tends to get almost a little translucent with light because it's so thin, and it's a good way to show that it's flesh with bone inside, because hold your hand up to a light or a candle or a flashlight, you actually can sort of see the light coming through. So there are a lot of dark, pretty saturated reds that then show through and really show transparency throughout the hand. As I go around and add smoke, I'm using an actual white gouache and then picking it up and working it back into paper, where I've already picked up and planned ahead using transparent washes and picking up some of the background early on with a paper towel. I continue adding highlights right through the hand and again pushing the transparency through the hand, because when light is that close to it, you're going to see a lot through the fingers and through the palm almost. I'm softening edges now around the face, as there are only going to be cast shadows, and those are going to be your sharp edges. It is a form shadow, it is a softer shadow, a softer edge. Going back in and slightly correcting some of the colors, some of the values, just more pushing the paint around with water, as the changes at this point are so subtle. I add some more dark values to the bottom of the piece, which is actually bringing out some of the lights that are there. Rather than adding highlights, I'm adding darks, and that is in turn bringing out the bright values. sure it was a little too complicated, so I washed a lot of it out. Wouldn't be picking up as much light as it was. I go back in for a couple last marks using black ink, as there's always going to be a couple black marks. Hit it with a signature. Make sure we like the placement, the final marks. We give it a little bit of a check. Portions, angles, edges, values. We add a couple more ink marks throughout the piece so that the signature doesn't stand out. And that piece is complete. We are moving on to the next one. You guys have made it this far in the video. I can't thank you enough. Please hit that like and that sub button down below. Be sure to tell someone about this video. Join our community. Discord link is down below. And above all, most importantly, stay healthy, stay happy, gang. Much love.